Welcome, Aries. If you're hearing these words right now, maybe your heart has already felt something moving, a quiet signal, soft but powerful enough to pull you here. It's not a coincidence. Sometimes life pushes us far away from the light, just to see if we still believe in it. You've walked through your darkest days, and that's exactly why this message has found you today. Something is about to change. Not out there, but within you. So take a breath. Let your heart grow still, calm like a lake before sunrise, because right after this moment, what the universe wants to tell you begins. Morning light touches window frames still beaded with dew. In that quiet, there is a whisper you cannot see, only feel. If you're hearing this, Aries, it isn't an accident. This is the moment the universe chose to speak to you gently, yet unmistakably. Because today, the current of destiny opens, and your name is being called. Maybe you've wondered if your life was forgotten, if old prayers just dissolved into the air. The universe was never silent. It was preparing something greater, more refined, beyond what the mind can imagine. Every time you fell, every quiet tear was recorded in the fabric of space, not lost, not ignored, woven back into a path leading you toward the light. The pain you carry is not punishment. It is a teacher. A strict teacher, yes, but a fair one. Only through hurt does the heart open. Only then do we learn compassion, resilience, and a faith that does not go out. If life were only sunny days, how would we know we can stand in a storm? How would we learn gratitude without loss? Today, the universe wants you to remember, no moment of your journey was wasted. Betrayal, broken dreams, doors closing in your face, all part of a sacred plan for your growth. Like a seed that must split in darkness before it meets the sun, you are moving through your own night to find the light. For a long time, you may have felt you had to be stronger than everyone else. No one saw the weight behind your smile. Right now, as you listen, pause, take a slow breath, and notice how far you've come. What seemed random has been guiding you here, the threshold of awareness, the turn toward change. In Buddhist wisdom, no suffering is useless. Each pain is a lesson for the mind and heart. It softens judgment. It trains us to listen. It deepens our capacity to love. And one day you discover the universe never takes without the intent to return something truer, something worthy. Today may be that day. The day silence becomes an answer. The day what you lost returns as peace. If you've ever felt forgotten by the universe, share that story. Not only to release it, but to remember you were never left behind. When you write it, you affirm your place here, and you send a signal to others walking through the dark. You are not alone. Sharing is the thread that binds those who carry light in their hearts. Now, as your breath settles and your heart opens, hear this. The life you thought had closed its last door has been preparing to open another. Wider, brighter. Every journey has a turning point, and Aries, yours is here. The universe didn't come to soothe you with empty promises. It came to announce, the season of struggle is complete. Right now, a new current rises within you, a strong tide of renewal, because the truth is, the cycle of hardship, shut doors, and unfinished dreams ends now. Listen closely to this rhythm. What follows is not merely an ending, but the beginning of a wholly new chapter in your soul. There are journeys so long that we forget where we began. Aries, yours is one of them. You've walked through years where no one seemed to see the quiet strength inside you. You gave without calculation, loved without expecting return, served without needing recognition. And maybe you've asked yourself, does fairness even exist? Does the universe really know how hard I've tried? The answer is yes. But the universe has its own way of responding, through trials. Those years you thought you were being punished. You were being forged. The people who left you, the doors that slammed shut, they weren't meant to extinguish your light, but to make it unbreakable. Just as steel hardens only after fire, your soul has been tempered to shine brighter than ever before. In those silent nights when everything seemed to fall apart, you still stood up. No one saw it. No one applauded, but the universe did. Every time you chose forgiveness over revenge, peace over bitterness, courage over despair, you were rewriting your destiny with compassion and wisdom. Pain never came to destroy you. It came to open the door through which kindness could bloom. As the Buddha taught, suffering is the teacher that leads us to compassion. If the world could see the light radiating from souls who have suffered and endured, the night sky would never be dark again. You, Aries, are one of those lights, quiet but steadfast. People may think you're strong because you don't cry, but it's because you've broken before that you now understand the value of gentleness. Because you've known loss, you now treasure every small joy. Look back for a moment, see how far you've come. You thought you had fallen, but you never truly fell. You were learning to rise on steadier legs with a softer heart and a clearer vision. Life may not seem fair in the way humans define it, but it is always fair in the language of karma. You've planted seeds of goodness in darkness, and now they are ready to bloom in the light. If you're hearing this and feel your heart beat a little stronger, let that be your declaration. Write it down. I have endured and I still stand. Not to prove anything, but to honor yourself, the one who walked through the storm with faith. When you look deeper, you'll see the universe never forgets anyone. It simply waits until the soul is ready to receive what it has earned. And today, Aries, is that moment. The pain that once drained you, the losses that nearly broke you are dissolving now, clearing space for light, for love, for blessings to flow in freely. Let your mind grow still in this silence. Listen closely. There's a faint rhythm like waves touching the shore. That's the pulse of rebirth. The universe is moving toward you, carrying gifts wrapped inside lessons. And when you finally touch them, you'll understand every pain you've ever known was simply a path leading you back to yourself. Because the universe never wastes pain. It keeps every tear, every prayer, every unfinished dream, only to return them one day in the form of light. And that day is today. Sometimes change doesn't come with thunder. It arrives in a single quiet breath. One morning you wake up, look in the mirror, and notice something different. Your face looks peaceful. The tension has softened. The fear in your eyes is gone. What remains is stillness, as if your soul has just stepped out of a long storm. Aries, that's the first sign. The energy is shifting, and this time, it's moving toward you. In astrology's current flow, Mars, the planet of action, joins hands with Jupiter, the planet of blessings and expansion. Their meeting doesn't bring chaos, but renewal, a new cycle where your strength comes not from struggle, but from harmony. You no longer have to fight to prove your worth. The universe has seen your battles. Now it wants you to receive. Can you feel it? The outer world is softening, lighter, easier to breathe. People smile more. Work flows smoother. Even the smallest things begin to matter again. But it isn't the world that changed, it's you. When your inner energy finds balance, life has no choice but to respond. The fire that once burned you is now your guiding light. From a soul once exhausted from trying to survive, you are becoming someone who lives with ease, with depth, with truth. Few people understand this, that when you stop trying to control, the universe begins to open doors. When you stop proving, blessings start finding you. I know. For years you felt you had to be stronger than everyone else. But Aries, sometimes true strength is in pausing, in trusting that everything is aligning perfectly without your force. When you learn the art of letting go, not giving up, but releasing control, the magic begins. Do you feel it now? That soft warmth rising in your chest, the quiet return of faith. Not blind faith in the future, but deep faith in yourself. Faith that you are enough, strong enough, bright enough, worthy enough to receive what was once taken. And when that faith awakens, the universe answers through a kind glance, an unexpected opportunity, a coincidence that makes you smile. If lately you've felt a sense of calm for no reason, it isn't random. It's energy speaking back to you. Souls who have known deep pain are often the first to sense the wave of healing, because the universe always favors hearts that still love even after being hurt. And if you listen long enough, you'll realize something profound. Not all rewards come as money or fame. Sometimes the reward is an afternoon of stillness, sunlight falling through the leaves, and the quiet knowing that you're finally at peace. A part of you once lost has been found. A part once frozen has begun to melt. That is divine reward, silent, humble, yet undeniable, like breath, like heartbeat. You don't have to chase it, just open your heart and receive, because everything that once made you cry is now returning as light, as faith, as love. And if you're wondering how to know when the universe truly calls your name, keep your heart still. When the mind is quiet enough, you'll hear it. Unmistakable, sacred, the signs meant only for you. There are moments in life that logic can't explain. A message arrives the very second you're about to give up. A phone call comes unexpectedly and your heart beats faster. A dream so vivid that when you wake, you can still feel the wind from it on your skin. These things, Aries, are not coincidences. They're the universe speaking to you quietly, delicately, and always on time. The universe rarely knocks with noise. It prefers the softer ways: a falling leaf, a shift of light across the sky, a warm feeling in your chest for no clear reason. That's the first sign, a peace that doesn't come from the outside, but from within. When you start to feel lighter, even though nothing external has changed, the energy has begun to turn. That calmness isn't random. It's the first whisper that blessings are on their way. Then comes the second sign: your phone rings, and a name appears that makes you pause. A message, an offer, a coincidence that seems small but opens an unexpected door. Don't overlook it. Every great shift begins with something simple. Sometimes, a sentence spoken casually by someone else is the answer you've waited years to hear. And then at night in the quiet, you dream. Not the kind of dream that fades when you wake, but one so clear it feels almost real. A road, a face, a symbol that makes your heart tighten. Don't dismiss it. The universe is showing you a glimpse, a small fragment of the future that awaits you. Remember that dream. It may not just be symbolic. It may be the spiritual map guiding you back to where you truly belong. Dear Aries, when these three signs appear, pause. Don't run, don't rush. Just listen. The universe doesn't speak in noise, it speaks in harmony. Through your feelings, through the eyes of others, through details so subtle that only a quiet heart can catch them. Modern life teaches us to trust only what can be measured, but the spiritual world reminds us that the most important things are unseen. A flicker of light, a repeating number, a familiar feeling when meeting a stranger, all of these are the universe's language. If lately you've noticed numbers like 111, 222, or 11, if you keep hearing an old song and its lyrics suddenly sound new, if you feel someone thinking of you for no reason, don't doubt it. Write this down. I see the signs. Because when you recognize the signals, you begin to co-create with the universe. You open the channel, allowing miracles to find their way in. Imagine the universe as an old friend, patient, waiting for you to notice it's always been there. It never forces you to believe. It simply leaves gentle traces, a breeze, a shimmer of light, a feeling you can't quite name. Once you learn to listen, everything becomes clear. So don't be afraid if you're walking through the hazy part of life. The signs aren't here to test you, they're here to guide you. Each one is a small star, and when your heart is calm enough to connect them, you'll see the larger constellation the universe has been painting for you all along. And when that light begins to appear, you'll understand these signs aren't just symbols of change. They are promises. Promises that you are closer than ever to the sacred gifts meant for you, the things you once thought were lost forever. And in that gentle light, Aries, what's coming next isn't just a reward. It's the meeting of two of the most beautiful forces a human being can ever know: abundance and love. At this moment in your life, Aries, the universe is unfolding a new canvas, one where the sun and the star shine together along your horizon. The sun brings abundance, growth, and accomplishment in the material world. The star reaches deep into the heart, touching the cracks that once hurt and fills them with something soft, faith, and grace. When these two forces meet, your soul reaches a rare form of blessing, prosperity joined with love, wealth joined with peace. Can you feel it? A gentle warmth spreading across your chest, as if your heart is learning how to breathe again. Old wounds begin to melt. Relationships once broken, dreams once paused, they're quietly finding new shapes. Not to repeat the past, but to write a new chapter, one wiser, more honest, more meaningful. The truth is, what failed never vanished. It only hid in the dark for a while, waiting for the moment you could see it with new eyes. What you once called loss may have been protection. Those who left might not have come to break you, but to teach you how to love yourself first. Because the universe never sends real love to a heart that's still closed. Under the light of the sun, doors of opportunity begin to open, work flows easier. New chances arrive from unexpected places. Money returns like spring water after a drought. But the star reminds you, material wealth means little if your spirit remains unhealed. True abundance isn't in numbers, but in the quiet peace you feel when you lay your head down at night knowing you've lived true to your essence. A heart that clings to pain cannot hold blessings, just as a closed hand cannot receive more. Prosperity flows only when you open yourself. And when you do, love finds its way, not the kind that drains or frightens you, but a love that is calm, deep, and real. A person will see you like the morning light, not because you're perfect, but because you're genuine. Picture this. You stand in a wide open field, wind moving through your hair, sunlight resting softly on your shoulders. In the distance, a single star glimmers in the pale blue sky. That's your symbol, your journey, your reward. Between earth and heaven, between the tangible and the unseen, you've become the bridge, where matter and spirit meet in a perfect harmony of wholeness. And if right now your heart stirs as you listen, that's the universe calling, an invitation to step out of the room of fear and into the light of receiving. Write this down as a quiet but powerful declaration. I open my heart to receive. When you say it with true belief, the energy around you shifts. What once felt impossible begins to move. Aries, you no longer have to choose between love and prosperity. Both were always meant to be yours. The universe is simply waiting for you to remember. And once you do, everything begins to bloom as naturally as dawn after a long night, without struggle, without noise. Now that the light within you has been awakened, something sacred awaits ahead. Because for all blessings to flow freely, your soul must first be cleansed, the old energy released. This is the path of purification, the first step toward the rebirth that's closer than ever. Nothing blooms in clinging, Aries. Every blessing, no matter how small or grand, needs space to flow. And to make space, you must dare to let go. This is your soul's deepest test right now, the journey of purification. Imagine a lotus in a pond. It rises from the mud, from the darkest depths, yet when it blossoms, not a single petal is touched by the dirt. Because the lotus understands. The mud is the beginning, not the definition. Just like you, Aries. Your pain from the past is not who you are, it's what shaped you into something purer, brighter. There are things you're still carrying, an old love, a wound that hasn't closed, a habit that keeps you circling the same patterns. You think holding on keeps you safe, but in truth, it's what's exhausting you. The universe can't place new blessings in your hands while you're still gripping the past. Forgiveness, Aries, doesn't mean forgetting. It means looking back at what happened, without your heart trembling anymore. It's smiling at yourself and saying, I went through it and I'm still me. Forgiveness isn't about making someone else worthy of your kindness. It's about freeing yourself from the energetic thread that ties you to pain. Life always follows the law of energy. Whatever remains inside you, you attract again. If you hold on to resentment, you'll meet it in new faces. If you carry fear, life will send you endless reasons to worry. But if you choose to release, to learn, to forgive, the current shifts. You stop being a victim and become the creator of your own life. Listen to your body. Maybe your shoulders are tense, your chest feels heavy, or your stomach is tight. These are not just physical sensations, they're memories asking to be released. Every sigh is your soul begging to be lighter. Every tear is a form of purification, the body's way of healing the spirit. So don't resent your tears. Don't fear your sadness. Let them flow through you like water over stone, leaving you smoother, softer, clearer. And when you begin to clear the space within, the outer world shifts too. The past no longer shakes you. Painful memories fade into soft lessons, and gratitude fills the spaces where sorrow once lived. You start to thank your wounds because they taught you how to love without clinging, trust without control, give without needing to take. Healing isn't forgetting, it's remembering without pain. When you understand that, the past no longer scares you, because the past was only the teacher, and the present the gift. And that gift is opening right before your eyes. If today, as you hear these words, you feel something inside you finally ready to let go, let it go. Share what you've released this year. Your story may become the light for someone still lost in the dark. Because purification isn't just about becoming lighter, it's how you make space for what's meant to come in. Peace, faith, and true love. And when your heart has been washed clean of the dust of yesterday, Aries, a new journey begins, one where you are no longer searching for the light. You are the light, and that journey, is called rebirth. Amid the ashes of your trials, a small flame is rising. It's not loud, not blinding, but steady, deep, alive. That's the fire of Aries. The flame that life's storms tried to smother, the one you thought had gone out, is being reborn from the ashes of loss itself. Every time you fell, the universe gathered a piece of your soul, polished it in silence, and now returns it to you at this very moment when you're strong enough to realize. You never truly lost anything. Every ending is simply the clearing of space for a miracle. When you thought you were breaking apart, you were really breaking open. When you thought it was over, it was actually the beginning of a new cycle, one brighter, wiser, and more compassionate than before. Because souls that have walked through darkness are the ones who truly understand the value of light. Now, the universe is sending you 3 sacred gifts, marks of your rebirth. The first gift is an unexpected flow of abundance. It might be money arriving from a surprising source, a career opportunity, or help appearing at just the right time. It's the universe's way of saying your patience was not in vain. Every effort, every sleepless night, every quiet act of endurance is now being repaid. The second gift is reconciliation, not just with someone else, but perhaps with yourself. You might speak again with someone who once hurt you and find your heart at peace. Or one morning you'll wake up realizing you've already forgiven, not because you forgot, but because there's no reason left to hold on. That is true freedom. And the third gift, a destined opportunity. It may come as an invitation, a chance encounter, or a sudden idea that lights the path ahead. Don't doubt it. It's the door the universe opens to lead you into your next era, one filled with joy, achievement, and genuine love. Aries, you are not alive because of luck, you're alive because of your light. That light has never gone out, it's only been waiting to be seen. You are living proof of resilience, of unbreakable faith, of the power to turn pain into healing, not only for yourself, but for everyone around you. If in this very moment you feel warmth in your chest, a quiet spark of hope rising within, that's the call of rebirth. Write the word rebirth as a promise to your soul, a declaration that you are ready to step into the new chapter, one of light, love, and miracles that need no explanation. Because at last, you've returned not as who you were, but as who you were meant to become. Every tear, every crack, every time you thought it was the end, was only the way the universe carved a path for you to find your true strength. Thank you, Aries, for your courage, your faith, and your light. May the universe bless you with peace, prosperity, and a love that never fades.